Welcome to another Starting the New Year Right edition of Elmira Baptist Church's update, and I need to work on feeding my hummingbirds. As you can see, it's winter time, so not many leaves on the trees, sort of dead around here. It reminds me of how we can get sometimes. Just things happen in life and seasons, and pretty soon we find that our love for God has just died down a bit. And what we want to do is we want to stoke up that fire. One man said, Ben Everson said, revival is not something that we work up, though. It's something that we pray down. That's what we want to do this week with Renew Us Week. That starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock with Tim Schmidt preaching to us in the morning. I want you to pray that God would protect us as a church from illness, from distractions, from unusual things happening, and that God would help us to focus on loving Him more during the next week. This is your Elmira Baptist Church update for Saturday, January 23rd, 2021. And tomorrow at 9:45 in the morning, we're going to meet bright and early and have a Sunday school assembly right there in the sanctuary, sing a few songs, recognize birthdays and anniversaries before we move on to our classrooms. Then at 11 o'clock, Tim Schmidt will be preaching to us. It kicks off our Renew Us Week. Those of you at home, you can catch Scotty's lesson on reciprocal living, or if you want to catch up with his series, you can catch his lessons on reciprocal living on sermon audio and on our Facebook page. Renew Us Week will go on every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday. Sunday it's at 11 and at 5 o'clock. And if you can't join us in person, would you commit to joining us virtually? And then Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 o'clock in the evening. And again, if you can't commit to joining us in person, join us virtually or catch up with the sermons afterwards. They'll be posted on sermon audio, probably the easiest place to find those. We're going to suspend some of the church events this week so that we can focus on our Renew Us Week. Wednesday night, we'll all be meeting in the sanctuary. There'll be a nursery for infants and toddlers, but there will not be a class for the children, and the Nirma's Lies Women Believe class will also be postponed for 1 week. The Thursday evening, the Saturday morning visitation and soul winning program we often have, that'll also be pushed off for 1 week. I want everyone to have an opportunity to join together in singing songs of worship and praise to God and hearing Tim Schmidt preach. So pray for Renew Us Week that's coming up. Our verse this morning, Hosea chapter 10 and verse 12. I want to give you something to meditate on. I've been fighting insomnia all week. I never have trouble sleeping. But this week I've had trouble sleeping. I wonder why that is. Well, because we have an adversary and we have flesh and fights us. And so I've been meditating myself from the book of Isaiah. Thou shalt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. But that's not the verse I want you to meditate on. I want you to look at Hosea with me. First book of the minor prophets, Hosea chapter 10. Verse 12 says this, sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord until he come and rain righteousness upon us. It is time to seek the Lord until he come and rain righteousness upon us. I think of it this way. We've got just a bunch of bare twigs and stems, and trees don't look very good right now. But I tell you what, there's going to come a season, there's going to be some rain, then there's going to be some sunshine, the weather's going to begin to warm up, and those trees are going to be full of leaves and blooms and over the months fruit. And that's what we want spiritually. We don't want to work up a revival, we want to pray down a revival so that our hearts are changed, so that we see that spiritual fruit in time. I'm not expecting next week that the heavens are going to open and lightning is going to come down and light an altar on fire. No, I'm expecting God to change my heart. Make me more in love with him than I was yesterday. And that'll motivate me and compel me to serve him, because I love him, to obey him because I love him, to be loyal to him because I love him. And then we'll see great fruit out of that in the coming months and years. You know, for many years we've thought if we can just, we need to quit thinking if we can just. We need to realize it's God that we want to work in our lives, in our families, in our communities, and throughout the nation. It's not about electing the right person. It's not about getting the economy set right. It's not about getting through the pandemic. It's about my relationship with God. And that's where we're going to be focused this week. So I hope you'll join us in person or virtually. See you tomorrow morning.